room you have. That once again comes into your logic. Also, it depends on if you're getting a person up who has, let's say, a weak side. If they have a weak side, what would you put the wheelchair on? You would, I'm going to tell you, would put it on their strong side. If you have a person who's paraplegic, who cannot move any side, it doesn't really matter, but you would also need another person with you. All right. But remember, for this skill, um, the person is not helping to push up. So you're doing it and you have to communicate what they need to do. All right. So for this one, is exactly how we just did it. All right. And you can put either toe to toe or knee to knee. Um, um, how she's getting up. But remember, if you're the person here on the bed, you cannot push up for them. Now you can lift up, I'm not saying be dead weight, but you can't push up because they're going to be watching that. All right.
Do you mind doing that again? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put this up, and go ahead. Did you feel okay?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and get back on the bed. All right, and I'm going to still ask you to read it one more time. All right, so go ahead and lay down, Boogie. Oh, take your shoes off too. With the shoes, they have to have shoes on. Let's say if, yeah, that's the draw sheet. If you're doing it for patient care, if they don't have tennis shoes, those socks that I showed you, non-skid socks, would be put on. All right?
First, explain procedure, speaking clearly, slowly and directly.
You doing okay?
Maintaining face-to-face contact whenever possible.
All right. Kindness 9, my name's Kat Brinkley. I'm here to transfer you to your wheelchair just so you can be out the wheelchair for a little bit today, okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and provide privacy. Door is closed. Curtain is pulled. The checking of the wheels may not be in this order, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyhow before I get started. So I've checked. All right.
Before assisting to stand, wheelchair is positioned alongside of the bed, right? Head of bed facing foot or foot of bed facing head.
Okay. So I know I'm going to be doing it over there, but I have it out of the way right now. I'm just going to put these wheels over here. Do me a favor. Go ahead and put that one on there, on that, so we can have both. Like this. Do the bottom of, yeah, just like that. Turn it to the side a little bit more. I ain't never put one of these.
That's okay.
Let me see. Here you go. All right. So what's that? Oh, yeah, that's it. Just like that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we can use both wheelchairs. That's the only reason I'm putting that one on there, so we can use both. Because I don't have, for some reason, one of my footrests disappeared. So we're going to pretend that we have both footrests on here, so we can use both.
She had one bed at the safe level.
All right, so I'm moving this out the way so she won't run into it or anything, because they do cause really bad skin tears. All right.
Bed is at the safe level.
All right. Now, I wish that this bed just went up in a seated position just by itself, a Fowler's, but this one has to be a chair in. Because when this one comes up, the legs are also come up, the knees come up. And so when she was sitting on the side, she wasn't really flat. So I really don't like this bed that much.
Before assisting to stand, checks and or locks bed wheels.
Okay, I did that before I did it. I'm just going to uncover you.
You did that already? Before assisting to stand, client is assisted to a sitting position.
All right, so I let the bed do most of the work. She's already in the seating position. I'm going to put my hands behind her shoulders, put my arms under legs, bring the legs to the front, have her sit up. Now this should be flatter, but like I said, this bed does the knees also. Now let's say you didn't have her. Go ahead and lay back down again. If you didn't have her, it said assist to a sitting position, right? All right. So if you have her flat, it's kind of hard to get her in a seating position because you have to assist. You're making her use that stomach muscle a whole lot. So get the bed in a seating position first and then have her turn over. All right. With this one, you can't just say sit up. You have to assist them into a seating position. All right. Go ahead and sit up for me, please, because that's how we used to do. But they've changed it now. So use the Fowler's position to get up. All right, come forward a little bit more till your feet touch the floor. All right, very good.
For assistant to stand, client is wearing shoes.
All right, here are your shoes, ma'am. All right, and more than likely the tester will say she'll be allowed. If they let you get down there and put the shoes on, I mean, you just have to do it. But usually you have to attempt, and then the tester will say the client can put their shoes on. All right, go ahead, ma'am.
Before assistant to stand, applies transfer belt securely at the waist.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this belt on you. Okay, now see, you're getting in people's space and everything, so you have to be comfortable with everyone.
Before assistant to stand, provides instructions to enable clients to assist in transfer, including prearranged signal to alert when to begin standing. All right, so now I have the belt in place. Now I'm going to get the chair in place. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and angle this right here. You do want to get it as close as possible. Don't forget to put those brakes on. Now, facing clients. When you feel the back of the wheelchair against the back of your legs, I want you to sit all the way to the wheelchair. All right? And I'm going to lift you up on 3. All right, let me try this toe to toe. All right, on 3, I'm going to make sure you don't do that because lots of times you want to lift up. All right, hands up. 1, 2, 3. You feel it? See? And you can put your hands on the armrest when you're going down for safety, because I know it may feel awkward, so you can put your hand out for the armrest for your own safety, because lots of times people do feel like they don't have any control. You can't push up, but you can put your hands out to, ease yourself down. All right, because you felt a little stiff. All right. Assist clients to turn to stand in front of the wheelchair if you go down. Lower clients to the wheelchair. All right, now, like I said, don't be tempted to just pull that out. Go ahead and raise. Okay, very good. Thank you. Did you tell us about taking of that? Yeah, I said I had her lift up instead of just yanking it out. Oh, it does say that? As a taking the transfer belt out. Okay, trust me. Don't just pull it out, okay? All right. And position feet on the footrest. All right, right there. And then we're going to say the other footrest is there. All right. All right. Here's your call light. All right. Skill complete, hands washed. All right. So, anything different? Anything that y'all did not, you're not comfortable with doing? All right, just remember, you cannot help the person lift up, hands up. You can do either toes or knees. Make sure you put the wheelchair at an angle and as close as possible, because you're pivoting, not walking them to the wheelchair. So it's a pivot, pivot, pivot. All right, a pivot that they're doing. So you want to put it close enough where they don't have to do anything. All right, it's almost 11. Y'all can go.